What's up, Seahawks? Welcome back to another episode of Seahawk Central Sports. Today we're here with softball, tennis, and an interview with golf's Walker Isley and Mallory Phobes. To kick us off, here's Kenzie with softball.
Thanks, Davis. This past weekend, our softball team played 3 matches against Stony Brook. Starting off on Friday, March 31st, the Seahawks won with 10 runs over Stony Brook's 4 runs with a pair of running score doubles by Morgan Britt and Mary Sabatica. Moving on to Saturday's match, the Seahawks beat Stony Brook with 5 runs, leading them to victory over the 3 matches. And finally, on Saturday, April 2nd, the softball team lost to Stony Brook by a single run. Luckily, the Seahawks beat Stony Brook with a total of 2 wins over the 3 matches during the weekend. Be sure to tune into next week's episode to catch up on details of our softball team as they play against Duke and Hampton. Up next is Grace with a tennis report.
Thanks, Kinsey. This week, the UNCW men and women's tennis teams had quite an eventful weekend. The men's team won their 6th match in a row this past Thursday, the 30th, away at Campbell University. This pushed the Seahawks to a record of 10-5 and won for the 2nd time on the road this season. For this match, the Seahawks struggled with doubles but came back with strong singles play. Make sure to keep up with the men's team this weekend as they play away at Florida State University Friday, April the 7th. Moving right along to the women's tennis team, away this weekend at William & Mary, the women's tennis team couldn't pull out a win. Struggling to keep up, the girls lost 6-1. On the road again, Sunday, April 2nd, the girls defeated Towson with a crushing score of 7-0. Be sure to check out their games after the break, the 14th and the 15th against Campbell and Charleston. Now let's take it over to Joy with a golf interview.
Thanks, Grace. What's up, Seahawks? Today I'm accompanied by 2 of the players from the UNCW golf team. Both the men's and women's golf teams will be heading out later this month to compete in the CAA Championship in South Carolina. Today we'll be getting an inside look into the life of 2 of our golfers as championship season is just around the bend. And without further ado, let's meet our guests.
I'm Walker Isley.
I'm Mallory Phobes. I'm a senior and my major is tourism, recreation, and sports.
I'm a junior and I'm an entrepreneurship major.
Okay, so Mallory, as a senior, this makes this your final conference as an undergrad student. What's been your motivation over the past 4 years?
Well, my main goal is to go pro in golf after college. So I've been using these for 5 years to really further my game so I'm ready for the big leagues when I get out of college.
Wow. Have you been talking with someone or how are you working towards that?
So me and my swing coach really just are trying to work on my game, and then once I get out of college, I'll start going into Q school and stuff like that.
Awesome. So Walker, have there been any challenges this season that have been helpful lessons?
The biggest challenge for me is putting in as much time and work as I do and then not performing like I want to on the golf course. But, you just got to keep putting in the time and work and know that it's going to pay off.
Right. Especially with conference coming right up around the corner. Do you guys have any fun traditions or rituals that you like to do before conference?
We don't really have anything specific to conference, but we always, on our way to the golf course in the mornings, our van has like a party light setting, so we'll turn that on and we'll listen to Pump It Up on the way there.
Right. Our school song.
Yes.
Right.
So to close out March, Walker, you competed in the Seahawk Intercollegiate and placed 2nd out of 92 athletes. That's 54 holes in just 2 days. How do you stay mentally and physically prepared to compete at such a high level consistently?
Well, we work out a couple times a week, which helps a lot. So it's good to stretch and stay loose so you know that you can walk 36 holes in one day and then 18 the next day. Mm-hmm. And I've got a mental coach, and he kind of helps me, stay on point with my thoughts on and off the golf course to try and help me shoot the best scores I possibly can.
Right. So on the women's side of things, you competed in the Clemson Invitational and helped pace the Seahawks into 12th place. How do you work through things mentally and physically?
I just love being at that golf course. It's extraordinary and it's so beautiful. And so while I'm out on the golf course, I just keep my mind of I'm really grateful to be here, and I just really love playing it. And we get to play in carts. So physically, it's super easy to play that course because we're not having to walk, and it's super hilly. But mentally, I'm just grateful to be out there and just thinking how pretty it is, not really focusing on golf.
Right, and that's such a great attitude to have, being thankful for a sport, and makes it so much easier and fun instead of stressful. So what do you think will be the biggest challenge going into conference this year, Walker?
I would say going into conference, I think we need to, practice hard and just make sure we all have a good mindset going in there. Having a good mindset really goes a long way, like loving the golf course, just going and doing our best, really.
Right. So other than winning conference, obviously, golfing is mostly an individual sport. So you guys have any team goals specifically other than winning?
For my team, I really want to see this team have a great day all together. We've all had good days on opposite days, and I just want to see us come together as one. And I also want to see this team ranked in the top 50.
So finally, what is the best piece of advice you think you've received from your coach that you're going to take into conference this year with you?
Well, we just got a new assistant coach. His name's Blake Taylor. He just graduated from ECU a couple years ago, and he played on the golf team there. So between him and our head coach, who played at a really high level of golf, he played at Georgia Tech too, I would say they know what to say on the golf course to you to keep you calm. And I feel like that's what they helped me the most with, just keeping me in the moment in a tournament.
Right.
For me, the biggest piece of advice Coach Ho has ever given me was when I got here, I was very naive on the mental side of things. I knew I could play golf and I could play it well, but I never focused on the mental side. So Coach has always helped me try and control my thoughts on the golf course, and ever since then, my anger is a little less on the golf course now, and so that helps me keep a steady mind throughout golf and helps me shoot better scores.
Well, guys, that's so awesome that you have such a strong team and community and coaches that you're going into conference with. Well, that wraps up our time today with Mallory Phobes and Walker Isley. Thank you guys so much for coming out and sharing with us today. We wish you the best of luck at conference this year. Seahawks, make sure to mark your calendars for both the weekend of April 14th, cheer on our women's golf team, and for the week of April 23rd for our men's team. Back to you, Davis.
Thanks, Joy, and thanks again to Mallory, Walker, and UNCW Golf for that interview. Well, that's all we've got for you this week. Be sure to join us at all this weekend's home events and catch us next time on Seahawk Central Sports.